What was this week like for you?
Same like every other week, just watching film, studying with the D-line, working on group rush and stuff like that. We came out here, we didn't execute all the way. There's a lot of things to get better at, but we got the dub, and we just go watch film and learn and get better from there.
Last time we talked to you, you hadn't had a chance to speak with Coach Sirianni. What did he say, to sort of set the tone with you after the fact, I guess?
Oh, yeah, me and him had a little conversation. I'm going to keep our conversation private. But, he just always spitting positivity into me, just because, the internet say what they say. Don't mean he's going to copy and follow. But he spoke some positivity into me, and it boosted my energy and boosted me for this week just to get ready to come out here and get the dub with the team.
Your teammates did say how much extra motivation it seems like you had on the practice field this week. Why was that? Why did you want to show the team that?
You say it again?
A lot of your teammates, especially Jordan Davis, were talking about how extra motivated you were on the practice field this week. Why was that? Why did you want to show the team that?
Just being a week behind, what happened week one, we passed it, but to me, I'm a week behind with everybody in the league, so I got to some catching up to do, and just connection to do with the guys and just getting better. That's it. That's all I'm thinking about.
Did you feel a week behind at the game? This game?
This game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's I always got to get better at some. We did our job, we got the dub, but still always a chance to get better at anything out there that we see.
Looked like you were grabbing at your wrist or your forearm. What happened there?
Just a little stinger, It's like, I don't know what to call it. It's just a little pain, but it didn't stop me from finishing out the game.
Jalen, is there a concern that teams are going to start trying to bait you into getting penalties now?
I guess so. If they do that, I think that's taunting towards me, so they should be receiving a flag.
Did you think at all that they might bench you at least for the first series or something like that?
When I had my conversation, it wasn't mentioned. But if it was, I gotta respect, what I get handed to me for the situation that happened. And, but it didn't happen, and we here where we at now, and we got the dog.
What did you think of the defensive performance today? Kansas City doesn't lose much here at home.
Yeah.
It was one of those grinded out type wins. What do you think about your guys' performance?
My bad.
No, you're good, cuz. What did you think about the defensive performance today?
It wasn't the best. Our goal is to keep teams under 2 touchdowns and stuff like that. But, it's always just something to get better at. We had that deep bomb. I know the DBs want to talk about that. I don't think we had 1 sack today, 2. Got to get that better, There's teams out here getting 6 sacks as a group. I feel like we capable of doing that.
No, we don't have to go out there and try to force a big play or nothing like that.
Did you expect there to just be a little bit growing pains with a new play caller?
You're gonna get that every year. It's only week 2 of the season. You have things you have to iron out. You're gonna get that every year regardless, no matter if it's the same OC or not.
Okay, what is it about this team to be able to find different ways to win week in, week out? There's always something new, it feels like.
I think the biggest thing is, everybody just continue to fight. Feel like we were in better shape. That's something big. Just making sure that we're in shape, making sure that we can, play the whole game and things like that. And when your dog tired, you're able to push through it.
I was just doing my assignment, trying to find where 87 was at. And I knew, that's what they was going to try to go to, down there in that red zone. But yeah, and I seen they threw the ball, broke on the ball, and the ball was in the air. And I feel like I do good around the ball, so the ball happened to find my hand. So I'm really mad I got caught at the end still, but it was a good changing point of the game. I feel that's what we needed as a team to kind of finish the game out. So yeah.
Do you think you were in the clear?
Say that one more time.
I thought you were in the clear when you were running.
I really did. Yeah, I really did. But I looked to my right. I couldn't even cut back because the O-lineman was coming. But but yeah, I tried to get as much as I can. Try to hit the gas last minute, but he still got me.
Drew, one of the things we hear about you is that you're just always around the football making plays. Well, why do you think that is?
That's the name of the game, man. You got to get the ball. Whoever causes the most turnovers, I believe, got a high percentage chance of winning. So, just thinking ball at all times, man, it's important. And I feel like that's what helps me a lot, being in those positions and being able to make those plays.
Did you keep that ball?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's going up on the shelf right there.
When you got to the sideline, how many of your teammates were happy for you, but also giving you crap for getting caught?
It was a lot of them that was happy for me. It was also a lot that was giving me crap for getting caught, especially by O-lineman. That ain't even supposed to happen for a DB, so, yeah, it's crazy.
And Drew, we talked about this week how you grew in so much confidence after week 1 coming into week 2. How much more confident are you now after making these massive plays in Arrowhead?
Very confident. It was just a confidence booster. As I go and as I grow, I tend to, gain more confidence. And what's your name? Reed on the sideline was one of the guys that was encouraging me throughout the whole game, to stay positive, stay confident, because, it's times where I feel like with plays I could have made that I didn't make, and I kind of beat myself up a little bit. But, I had a guy like Reed next to me telling me to stay confident, keep going. But as I play and as I make the plays that I make and be in a position, I feel like I gain more confidence just being out there and getting comfortable. And I feel like sooner or later I'm going to get really, really comfortable, and it's going to be scary.
Loved it. How unusual? I don't know. Like, it's rare to say a team's not physical in the NFL. In college you might go against a team that's not physical. But they did a really good job. And they're a well-coached team with great players, and you can see it every single time we play them. So you know what you're getting into, and most important thing, we got to win.
When you guys win a tough game like this, it's not exactly pretty on offense, but Jalen knows how to win. You guys know how to win. Nick talks about it. Can you explain, what are some of the granular ways that a team can play winning football without it being pretty? You know what I'm saying?
You submit yourself to team football, and wherever it takes. That's just the mindset that we have, and that's the mindset they had even before I was here. That's why they've been super successful over the years. Obviously, talented players and great coaches, and a great staff. But we always talking to each other. Defense making plays, saying we got you. Defense let a big one. We know we got to have them. Special teams coming big. We do it on all 3 phases, and we're going to have to continue to do it throughout the season.
It seems like the way that Chiefs use this belt pretty good against inside zone. How does that affect how you guys approach this game?
I think we did pretty well on outside zone. That's the beauty of those guys up there. They are so versatile. They can do pretty much any scheme we want. And we had some good runs, and there's some runs that I left out there. And I'm going to be better for them. That's the beauty of it. It's easier to learn from it after a win, but you got to still approach it with the mindset of how can I get better, how can we improve, and we're going to do it all around.
You mentioned earlier last week that one of your favorite part is the adjustment part in this game. What was that like on the sideline, trying to figure things out and ultimately get it?
Yeah, it's a little harder against Spags. I was able to talk to him after the game. And just so much respect for him. He got the utmost respect from everyone in this league, to be completely honest. But yeah, you just got to adjust. But the mindset was be patient too, and don't go chasing. I think we did a really good job of that. Sometimes you can get in those situations where the run is just not sexy, or we're not passing sexy, and we're out there chasing, and you put yourself in trouble. But we stuck with it, and we knew the mindset was going to be whatever it takes to win, and that's what happened.
Yeah, really, man, they've always been stout against the run, so we knew that coming in. But like I said, it was a gritty game. It was back and forth, and getting a win here is hard to do. So
you guys were able to protect Jalen, give him time to find receivers.
Yeah, it was all moving so fast. I know the second half was really, we had some passes in there, but really, run dominant. But I think moving forward, we'll have some breakthrough games where our passing game is the numbers are there, but right now we're focused on running the ball, and a big part of what we did last year was play action, run, throw it deep, and then
what kind of statement do the Eagles make today coming out of Arrowhead?
Just playing a complete game. Offense was great, defense was good, kicking was outstanding today. So just playing a complete game, and especially on our first road test, I think it was just important for our team to understand what we're capable of and what we can do. And going into an environment like this is a hostile environment, and they played their best game. And I was just saying on the field, even to the Chiefs, just compete, because that's what we're here for. We're at the top of the top. We're in the NFL. We're playing a game. We're getting paid to play this game, and play against good teams. That's what we expect to do. And we wasn't really worried about the outcome of the game. We always wanted to get it done, but at the end of the day, we just wanted to compete.
I saw a lot of guys in the tunnel coming into this locker room kept saying a win is a win. When your defense had to show up in the biggest moments, what kind of definition does that describe with your defense right now, that this against this Chiefs team you can show up and get a win out of here?
It's just building consistency, and especially for the younger guys and stuff like that, just understanding that they have a role and they're out here outstanding. Jihad played a hell of a game. Drew played a hell of a game, and to see those guys flourish in a system like this, it's amazing, and I'm sure they feel great. And especially like a young guy, a rookie coming into this environment like that, like, you know, college is one thing, but a hostile environment in the NFL is completely different. But, you know, to go out here and have a great game and to just get a win. It's hard to win at Arrowhead. It's hard to win on the road. And to get all that, it just shows the team that, you know, we're capable, and we just have to keep being consistent.
You talked a lot about how Jalen Carter was handling this week at practice. Now full circle. What did you see from today in the game? Amazing.
It's great to have him. And, you know, it's just even better when we have all our guys with us. And you always say all for one and one for all. And when we have all our guys out and we're just going out there and we're playing and we got each other's back, we breathe life into each other, and we feel like we got it and it's on our back. So, you know, just having them with us is just amazing. It's an amazing feeling to have your brother with you. You don't want to play this game without anybody, so it's all hands on deck. And a lot of pressure on you week one against the Cowboys when he left that game. How much easier is it when Jalen Carter is there next to you on the field? It's great, man. It's great. And I think it just gives the offensive decision to make who they want to double team. It's just, you know, schematic-wise, it's just a lot of things that it throws at them when we're both on the field. And so, you know, going out there with those guys, even Mo, B.Y., played a hell of a game today. Super proud of those guys. And, you know, a credit to our defense, man. They just played their game today. We just played our game. They're going to make plays. They're the Chiefs. It's Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce. You got all those guys over there they're paid to make plays. So to just keep chopping and just keep going, it's just a testament to what we can do.
Guys from being successful down the field for the most part.
I got to watch tape.
What is it about this team to be able to win in multiple ways? It seems like each week you guys are winning in a different way and fighting out these tough battles.
You know, this team is it's a new team, but this team DNA just is resilient. It's going to try to just find a way to win, you know, no matter what that looks like. So
what's the mood like on the sideline in a game where maybe the offense isn't clicking the way you want?
What's the mood like?
The mood like on the sideline.
I mean, my mood is just chill, just wait for the next opportunity.
What was it like to see DeVonta get a little banged up, but then make that big play late in the game?
Oh man, he's tough. It was a tough fall. You know, I knew whenever he get the opportunity, he'll make the play.
What are you seeing as far as the way defenses are playing you on these first two games?
I'm getting doubled, rotating to my side sometimes. Today was a lot of zero, so I mean, but most of the time, I still got doubled. So.
Was this were you expecting growing pains going this season, and in light of how with a new play caller, but also in light of how defenses would come after you guys based upon last year's success?
No, I'm not going into it thinking about growing pains. You're just trying to handle it the best way you can, you know. So.
What was Nick's message to you guys in the locker room after the win?
I was in training room.
You all right?
Yeah.
I mean, motion being a part of this offense. I mean, I think you were lined up like almost at tight end at one point, like at H-back. Have you been in that position before?
Yeah.
Okay, just curious.
I mean, you guys found a way to win. I guess it wasn't pretty. You know how it is back in Philadelphia. They'll probably talk about the inefficiency of the offense, but you know, how can you describe what it's like to have winning plays, or you know, for those who maybe don't understand it? It may not look pretty, but you still find a way to win.
You know, I think the goal is to win the game. So you know, no matter what that looks like, and I think the reason why people may talk about it because they want to know if it's substantial, you know, and can you sustain that throughout the season. So, you know, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair thing to talk about. But you know, our job is to continue to try to find a way to win. So.
What's the adjustment like process on the sideline with Kevin?
We talk throughout the game. He come in and he come in and tell us what he's thinking, and we'll tell him what we're thinking too. So.
How much of it is I know he's been here, but how much of it is still a feeling out process between you guys and Kevin, getting a feel for what you guys have?
You know Kevin.
Yeah.
You got me calling Kevin KP. Yeah, I know KP. So we're happy with him. You know, just trying to fix some things out.
How do you balance the excitement of winning a big game in a tough spot versus maybe knowing the offense? You know, the offense could have done better. Like, how do you balance that emotionally?
Emotionally, you just try to remove the emotions and just, you know, put your business hat on and just try to find a way to get better, because that's the only thing that matters. So I mean, regardless of whatever you're feeling, it really don't matter. So.
You said it would be fair. I mean, in the comment to like whether you could sustain it or not. Are you concerned right now, or is this part of?
No, I think that's you got a job is to talk about that and make speculations about it. Is it sustaining or not? But our job is to come out and just try to find a win and do what we need to do. So,
what were the main things you were telling KP in this game about where y'all could adjust?
I'm gonna keep those conversations between me and him. So.
Were you happy to get a target on the first drive?
Yeah.
Was that one? I mean, was that we're coming to you sort of thing, or?
Yeah. Even last week, I was trying to. He was calling plays just like today. He was calling plays. So I think the offense just continue to keep chopping wood and keep trying to figure it out. So so.
Do you guys feel like you're close to figuring
it out? I'm optimistic about it. So.